In the Denning Pharmaceutical headquarters, a former employee named John enters the elevator with a concealed gun. On the executive floor, he swiftly eliminates several higher-ups before returning to the reception, where he encounters the police. John remarks that somebody had to do something and proceeds to self-delete. Following this incident, news reports disclose that Denning Pharmaceutical is launching a new medication, pending FDA approval, despite causing fatal side effects that have claimed 3 lives. The company faces a significant lawsuit, leading to a decline in stocks as they attempt to eliminate evidence. Alan, a crucial lawyer, decides to take on the case against the company, impacting his career. He assigns legal assistant Tom to handle the paperwork, with Tom needing to update his keycard every Monday. Since their key witness John is lost, Tom suggests adding heart attack victims to the pharmaceutical case. However, Alan prohibits this, emphasizing that minor victims do not generate profits. Tom is then summoned to discuss the Gambizzi crime family case with another boss. Despite expressing interest in joining that case, Tom's boss destroys his memo and chastises him for neglecting current cases. Later, Tom goes to the file room to store the rejected file, and his girlfriend and co-worker, Anna, visit for secret kisses. Alan announces an early dismissal due to server issues, but before leaving, he informs Tom of a dangerous mistake in his earlier memo, leading to Tom's termination. In the elevator, Tom encounters an unfamiliar man who leaves a suitcase on the floor. Another person picks it up, arousing Tom's suspicion. Attempting to follow the man, Tom finds his keycard already reset. Concerned, he asks the guard to activate the elevator. Upon reaching the office, Tom finds Roger, a co-worker, at his desk behaving oddly. Suspicious, Tom discreetly records the situation with his phone. He discovers the mysterious man tampering with the power box and witnesses him killing a lawyer who questions his presence. Rushing to the bathroom, Tom finds a dead security guard, hides, and witnesses the killer talking to the body. The killer destroys the radio, heads to the file room, and sets explosives. Tom moves into another stall, narrowly avoiding detection. In the break room, Tom informs Roger about the killer, and they try to escape via the elevator, which is not functional. They attempt the emergency exit, but it's blocked. Returning to the main area, they use the reception computer, prompting the killer's suspicion. After disconnecting it, the killer enters the desk area with his own keycard. The duo hides, and as the killer investigates, they contemplate their next move. Tom takes Roger's keycard to access the executive offices in search of Alan, instructing Roger to find his phone and call the police. While attempting to activate the lock, Tom accidentally drops his jacket, causing it to become wedged in the door. As Tom explores the office in pursuit of Alan, Roger heads to his desk to use his phone and contact his wife. However, the killer intercepts Roger before he can divulge any information, coercing him to convey that everything is fine. Tom witnesses the unfolding events through a window and rushes to the break room to retrieve a knife. After Roger ends the call, the killer, now armed with a gun, inquires about anyone else working late. Roger deceives the killer, claiming to be alone, prompting the killer to use a cable to strangle him. Tom, returning to the scene, finds an empty desk, retrieves his phone, and attempts to call 911, only to discover his phone is out of battery. After plugging it into charge, Tom surveys the office and locates Roger's lifeless body in his chair. As the killer returns and spots the jacket at the door, Tom seizes Roger's keycard and swiftly conceals himself in a closet, where he encounters the lawyer's body. Simultaneously, the killer drags Roger's body while conversing on his phone, expressing frustration as nobody was supposed to be present. Tom's phone gains sufficient charge to ring, attracting the killer's attention. The killer dismisses Anna's call, discovering the incriminating video and identifying Tom through the settings. Realizing Tom is the owner of the jacket, the killer calls out Tom's name, but Tom remains hidden beneath a desk. Once the killer departs, Tom enters another office and ignites paper to activate the fire alarm, yet it proves ineffective. Suddenly, Tom notices someone in a neighboring building's office. To attract their attention, he creates a more substantial flame in a trash can, pressing it against the curtains to initiate a legitimate fire. Despite getting the neighbor's notice, the killer detects the burning scent, retrieves a fire extinguisher, and rushes to extinguish the flames. Tom flees before the killer enters and pretends to use the phone to dissuade the neighbor from seeking help. Minutes later, Tom reaches the reception and employs the computer to generate a new keycard. Although the killer almost discovers him, Tom places the computer in sleep mode and hides beneath the desk. Subsequently, Tom resets all the locks, rendering the killer's card unusable. Subsequently, Tom dims most of the lights throughout the building and hurries to Alan's office, only to discover him engaged in conversation with a woman. At that moment, the killer shoots the office lock, prompting Tom to take cover behind the door. The assailant appears acquainted with Alan, but when the woman reveals a gun, he swiftly eliminates her, seizing her firearm before departing and instructing Alan to remain in his office. Once alone, Tom inquires about the woman's identity, and Alan discloses her affiliation with the Gambisi crime family. She was intended to testify against her husband, leading Alan to suspect that the killer was dispatched by the mafia to silence her. A strange noise draws their attention, revealing the killer's attempt to breach the file room using an axe, a futile endeavor against the reinforced steel and bulletproof glass. Subsequently, Alan and Tom attempt to escape but are compelled to hide upon hearing the killer approaching. The assailant, accompanied by the janitor, mimics the janitor's voice, urging Tom to reveal himself or face dire consequences. Cautious, Tom quizzes the killer on the janitor's nickname, exposing the killer's ignorance and leading Tom to surmise that the janitor is already deceased. The criminal reactivates the elevators, enticing them to exit, and Alan and Tom cautiously inspect the corridor, discovering the janitor's lifeless body with a note stating, "You win." A ringing phone captures their attention, and they hurry to the desk, shocked to find Tom's number dialing. Alan suspects a trap and attempts to flee, resulting in the killer shooting him in the arm. The duo embarks on a frantic escape as the killer relentlessly pursues them, firing at them continuously. They find refuge in an office with a lockable door, but the killer breaches it with the axe. Unreinforced, the door provides little resistance, and by the time the killer catches up, Alan and Tom have entered the file room. Tom endeavors to use the killer's phone for a distress call, but it requires a password. The killer retains Tom's phone, lacking a PIN, and texts Anna, urging her to come over. Driven by a desperate desire to assist Anna, Tom devises a plan, utilizing the copy machine. At the entrance, the killer grants Anna access, holding her at gunpoint and demanding her phone for destruction. Tom intervenes, proposing a keycard exchange for Anna's safety. Although initially skeptical, the killer concedes when Alan joins the negotiation. After relinquishing the gun, Alan takes the keycard, prompting the killer to release Anna but retrieve the guard's gun. Alan sacrifices himself to protect Anna, prompting the killer to punch him and drag him into the file room. There, the killer accuses Alan of collusion, activating explosives as Tom arrives with the gun, only to find it empty. Alan seizes the opportunity to flee, and the door closes, trapping the killer in the file room. Attempting to escape with the keycard, the killer realizes it's fake, crafted by Tom with the copy machine. The explosives detonate, igniting a fire on the file shelves. The killer struggles to extinguish the flames, succumbing to smoke inhalation. Tom enters, discards the gun, and suppresses the fire by toppling the shelves. Upon regaining consciousness, the killer attacks Tom, initiating a fierce confrontation. Despite initially overpowering Tom, the killer strikes Anna when she intervenes. Tom exploits the distraction to retaliate, and as both combatants fall, Alan arrives and shoots the killer. Uttering the numbers 11, 22 before his demise, the killer's pocket yields keys. Anna employs the keys to activate the elevators, while Tom retrieves the case file from the desks, discovering the pharmaceutical company's intent to eliminate all evidence. Inputting 11, 22 on the killer's phone unveils Alan's phone number. It is revealed that Alan was bribed by the pharmaceutical company to lose the case, hiring the killer to destroy the files and kill Roger. Alan contends that corporations pose a greater threat than the mafia and attempts to bribe Tom, who declines the money and departs with the file. Unwilling to face incarceration, Alan self-deletes. The police arrive, prompting Tom to hastily depart with Anna to avoid detection. In the file room, the cop who supplied the gun for the killer discovers the copier producing numerous copies of the case evidence. Realizing Tom's involvement, he contacts a hitman to silence him. As we reach the conclusion of our journey through the tension-filled workplace thriller Not Safe for Work, we've explored the sinister corridors of corporate secrets, and the fight for survival. From the mysterious office setting to the unexpected twists that kept us guessing, this film took us on a gripping ride. Share your thoughts on this suspenseful cinematic experience in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more recaps and discussions on pulse-pounding films. Thanks for joining us in navigating the high-stakes world of Not Safe for Work, a stark reminder that sometimes danger lurks where we least expect it. Stay tuned for more cinematic explorations on our channel. Until next time, stay vigilant and keep an eye on your inbox.